What's up with y'all? I'm back with another one, and I'm gonna get into this Andrew Shultz situation. Now, I was scrolling down my Twitter, and people were telling me that Andrew Shultz is being racist. He had racist moments, and then with the podcast I watched from overseas, so I had to check it out. So in this situation, Andrew Shultz has said some jokes, which I would have took it a little offensive, but in the name of comedy, it's just comedy. You know what I mean? But in the moment, you speak up about things. You don't allow things to pass on. You know, you don't allow yourself to get to the point where you have to make an apologize video. You say something right then and there just so that you get out of a situation. But let me show you the clip of what Shits and Giggles and the Andrew Shultz podcast was talking about that sent Twitter and the world into an uproar.
Meghan Markle.
She's cool, man.
She's cool.
She stole your ginge. How you feel about that?
I'm here for it, bro.
I'm here for the multicultural.
Really?
Yeah,
Black
man.
girlfriend effect.
Yeah.
You're
into that.
Yeah,
and Meghan Markle's
she came
fine
in.
What's the black girlfriend? They just come in and start fighting?
Nah, bro. You guys don't know about the black girlfriend effect. She just...
Wait, what is the black girlfriend effect? This
you don't know about this?
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up. Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard
because
there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective. Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's your favorite? We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We love them all.
Yeah. That means white.
Yo, who gives
That means white.
Hey, let me get the U.S. translation.
Kendrick fans, get him! We love them all.
For me, I didn't really see that big of a deal. Jokes are jokes. But at the beginning, before he got into why, the Indian dude, he had his little 2 cents of, oh, they yell too much or they gonna punch on you. Indian dude, you can't really say too much. Y'all culture beat your women. You can't really tell us about how to deal with our women because our women are vocal. Like, they want to tell us right and wrong. They want to help us out, strive with us. They want us to be great. They don't have to kiss our ass to be great. You know what I mean? They don't have to get beat every day and work chores every day. This is just regular lifestyle. My woman can tell me what I can and can't do sometimes. She's looking out for my best interests. And I'm hoping that I can tell my woman the same thing. But let's keep getting into this.
Trini.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the white side is what?
Irish.
Is Irish.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Oh, in today's climate, you're a colonizer right now.
Yeah.
Right? But it's really not fair because the Irish got fucked too.
Yeah.
You're double slaved.
Yeah. It sounds insane.
It does sound insane, but it is
Mathematically,
factually
though,
true.
Mathematically speaking.
Give me
math.
taters. There's potato slaves.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
That shit's probably harder to pick than cotton if you pick about it.
Now, with this context, I can see why people are getting mad. I can see exactly why people are getting mad because this situation right here is a little too hectic. This is when you kind of... Because then we get into another subject. Because I wanna just go away from this for a second, just to bring you into a different light. Because I thought that Andrew Shultz was just telling jokes. This was just fun and games. Until I took a little deeper dive on how he actually feels. Now, I'm going to show a clip of him saying some certain things to another person named Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty was on his show, and he said some things to him. I thought it was just jokes too. But then we're going to get into another clip that kind of shows his real thoughts on a lot of situations.
There's the NBA and there's the WNBA, my boy.
I mean, shit, WNBA 2024, you know, they're going crazy.
Yeah.
Shouts out Caitlin Clark. And shouts out Angel Reese.
I know you had to do that.
And shouts out Kai Siri. You know, kind of serious.
Yeah. Shout.
I have no idea what the
But,
fuck
so
that's
let me
about.
just ask you, as a black dude, like when you said "shouts out Caitlin Clark," was there like a buzzer that went off in your head, like say a black woman real fast, or else people will think they're gonna call me a sellout? Yeah.
I like that you kept it real.
You can't leave a camera right.
And then you had to say two black girls.
No, I think it kind of serious that she's fine.
She's so beautiful.
I saw her in real life. She's beautiful.
It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, and she's not as tall as I thought she would be.
I have the argument based on like the words that are said, which is, does a country like, does Hawaii have the ability to maintain their Hawaiian culture? And when Western culture starts to come in, or even Japanese culture, where these other cultures start to chip away at the Hawaiian identity, do they have the right to be frustrated at that, or are they racist when they're frustrated?
Yeah, but again, you're talking about a colonized place that was in, like, that's where the difference is.
Okay,
it just
remove
is different.
colonization. Like,
But
do a thought
cannot.
experiment. Just do a thought experiment.
Hey, yeah, as a thought experiment, if they had never been colonized, don't worry about it.
Everybody's been colonized, so that cancels out everybody.
I mean, they're still colonized, like right now.
Okay. This is why these things are so difficult. It's really hard to just even hypothetically discuss it.
Like, if Mexico got mad at a bunch of Americans moving in, I would honestly be like, it's just a country changes. Like, Mexico has been its own country for a long time. Country changes. It's not Indians moving into England where it's like, well, we have to come here because you actively took all of our jewels. They're still in your fucking palace. So I have more opportunity here. I'm coming.
You think those jewels are doing anything?
India was a wealthy...
Jewels are going to help 2 billion. I hate this revisionist history where India was wealthy and then now
India
all of a sudden they're broke.
Yeah, how is that now all of a sudden? Like, what are you even talking about?
I mean, look at Africa. Like, they took all their resources, and Africa's still a poor continent.
I mean, like, I just know that you don't have anything to substantiate that. So it's like, there's no way to... We're living in like a world where like there's no way to prove the trajectory would have gone completely positive. There could have been infighting.
I don't know if it would have been positive. I don't know if it would have been completely positive.
Yeah.
But it would have been, I said it was just completely different trajectory. I didn't say it was worse.
Now, Andrew Shultz had a good point. As in, if somebody comes into your land, is it considered, would you be mad or would you not be mad? Because somebody's coming into your land, right? But this isn't your land anymore. You know how much treacherous things that your people have done to other countries. And I'm not trying to say that in any type of racist way, but do you not know that white people took over Israel and Palestine? They kicked they kicked the Jews out of Britain after the Jews gave them all that money to get rid of Napoleon. The Jews were told that they could take over Germany. Hitler does what Hitler does. Now the Jews are roaming to other villages and other places that they were destined and given by a country from the other side of the world. Do you not understand that? Like, Britain is the reason that these people are losing their homes or dying at this exact moment. And you're telling me that it's not okay to go get a house and go get things from their property now? You've already took everything. Go look at the population of South Africa and how 80% of the people there can't even own farmland in their own country. Then let's go to Israel and Palestine. Palestine is being bullied out of their country by people that never lived there. They need somewhere to go. If they can't get money in their own cities and countries, why wouldn't they go to the people that stole their city and country? But let's get back into the shits and giggles. They sent over an apology. And Andrew Shultz had this to say.
Any listeners here that are upset at us, we just want to let you know that you're going to stay upset. Okay? What we're not going to do is sit here with our
tucked between our legs, apologizing on the podcast for jokes. Okay. Matter of fact, we have a new apology video that we should definitely watch. The Shits and Gigs gentlemen came on the podcast.
I love them.
I love them.
I feel bad they're going through this.
Yeah, but and actually I do want to take it seriously because they are serious guys. And I want it. Al, stop fucking laughing, dude. They're defending their community. They came on the podcast. They got a lot of flack for laughing at a joke, and I would just want to hear their apology. These are serious fucking guys, and this is a serious apology. Al,
You're an asshole.
Al, no, can you take it seriously? Dude?
All right, sure.
Okay, Shifty?
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, that's crazy, Shifty. That's crazy.
Shifty.
Come on, Shifty.
Shifty's fucking racist.
I want everybody to just take this serious, and I want us to try to have a serious moment. Mm-hmm. It's a serious podcast, and I want to just listen to their heartfelt apology.
Guys, right, before we get into today's episode, quick PSA, quick acknowledgement. So, if you know, you know. If you don't, that's fine. But we just wanted to address something that's happening at the minute. This past weekend, there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. And there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate. One specifically pertaining to black women. And in the clip, Andrew was making a joke. I'm not even going to get into specifics. Frankly, like, racist joke. And we were laughing at it. And to give, first of all, before we get into like specifics or anything like that, obviously there's just literally no excuse.
Pause.
There is no excuse.
Agreed.
Now, what I will say is, Shits and Giggles has been through this before. I remember when they said that they came to America and said that Atlanta women weren't good looking. I mean, I've never been to Atlanta, and I heard there's a lot of Transformers there. But they've been through this before where they've had to, come back to the black community and get the love back. So this...
Yeah, was there baddies there?
I think there was. I don't even remember, bro.
From where we were sitting or standing,
like
it was
two.
It was
It was slim pickings.
only a handful. Yeah,
I haven't seen
In Atlanta?
in Atlanta. I've seen the least baddies so far.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've still got a couple of days. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah. I've seen like 2 or 3.
Okay, but
real,
what y'all
but-
type though to be?
Bad is the type.
Facts.
Bad is the type.
Okay, that's fair.
So what makes a girl bad? Like, what's the criteria?
It varies though.
It does vary from girl to girl. Just matters how you own it.
Facts.
Like you can be like, there can be a skinny girl who wears the fuck out of being a skinny girl. And she just rocks it. And then you've got a thick ting who just owns the shit out of being a thick ting. This bad is bad is bad.
That's a PR answer.
A PR answer.
This isn't something new. But I do get where Andrew Shultz is coming from with this next statement.
Pause.
There's no excuse.
There's no fucking excuse. Al. Can you pause? Pause. No excuse for that. I just want to take in the beginning of it. There's no excuse for jokes. There is never an excuse for making jokes.
But can we try?
I'm not going to ever make an excuse for being a comedian. There is never an excuse for making jokes. Okay? That is a real statement said by a man. I just want that to be clear. There is never an excuse for making jokes with the boys. Go on. Let's take it serious. Look at how sad he is over on the left.
Real thing. Like it is, Fight or flight is a real thing, and it's
He is.
so
Do you
not
see how?
easy to say,
We should
but
go back.
when you're in the situation-
We should go back because he's going through it right now. Look how he practiced this. I'm gonna pick my skin on my finger.
guys.
Come on. No. I need you to watch it. Look, he bite his bottom lip. Like, oh fuck, man.
There is no excuse.
Ooh.
And fight or flight is a real thing. Like it is, Fight or flight is a real thing, and it's so not easy to say, but when you're in the situations, you look at it through a lens of like, bro, if it was me, I promise you, I'll stand up, I'll kick them cameras down, I'll smack homeboy in the face, I would say this, I'll do that. But when you're in there, you're in shock.
You're in shock, and all you want to do is move on.
Pause.
Move on is the fuck.
I've been there. I know what that's like. when you're just having fun and laughing with the boys, and you're like, I just can't wait to move on from this. Don't you know that feeling when you experience the fight or flight and then you just laugh? Does that happen to you guys when your body is just being torn with the primal urge to either fight or flight, and instead you just go, ha ha ha? Do you guys ever have that feeling?
I feel like you're making an excuse for jokes.
I'm not. I would never.
That sounds like what you're doing.
Hey, I would never excuse taking two things that have nothing to do with one another and then bring them together to make your friends laugh. I would never excuse that, Mark.
What if it has a good setup and a misdirection at the end?
You're enticing me. You're doing that thing where you're kind of tricking me with your brain. You're using your brain to trick me into agreeing with something I do not want to agree with.
I'm just asking.
Please continue.
Fucking word, bro. All you want to do is fucking move on. Just move on to the next thing. Just move on to the next thing.
Move on.
And like we had to say a few times, bro, just move on.
Just move
Just
on.
move
There's
on.
so many different topics. We're like, move on.
Yeah.
It's not even like about petty laughs or anything, but we just wanted to
Get out of that situation.
Get out of
literally
there.
that situation,
I know.
Keep the ball rolling, and we thought it was going to be more of like a bros chat.
Yeah,
but
just
it
like
ended
pause.
in something that's
I thought it was going to be that too. I thought it was going to be one of those bros chats where you just say everything that's polite and proper. I did think, what do you guys do when you hang out with the boys?
We play games.
What kind of games do you play?
What we're grateful for.
Yo,
I will sometimes just say 10 things we're grateful for.
I hate that you guys have created an energy on this podcast where instead of just saying what we're grateful for and appreciating the community that we build, we try to make each other laugh with inappropriate jokes. I hate that kind of boys hang.
Yeah, we should change it.
I want to change that. Can we start right now?
Let's make it a Shabbat dinner.
Yeah, let's make it a Shabbat dinner.
Yeah.
Okay? What is that?
It's the vibes we need.
Just a vibe.
Yes.
Talk about our weeks. Be grateful.
Yes.
Turn down everything else in the world.
You see why
Talk of
everyone
money.
hates them? Do you see why? Because that's their idea of fun.
Yeah,
their
yeah.
idea of fun is sitting around, eating food that didn't taste good, and then telling everybody what they're grateful for. I'm going to try to do that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
There we go.
No, I definitely understand where Andrew Shultz is coming from, because when you get with the boys, you're going to talk trash. You're going to talk crazy. And in the same ballpark, you should understand that some people don't like certain jokes, but if you've watched my show before, you know that I have no limits on jokes. You know that I have no punch button, no this or that. Now, am I calling Andrew Shultz racist? No. I think he has less knowledge of things? Yes. I do feel as if a lot of white people don't really know nothing. They just go with the news, or they go with the first opinion they see on Twitter. And that's okay, because history books has taught y'all to live exactly like that. That's exactly how the history books taught y'all to live. It told you that, slavery wasn't such a bad. They're saying it says a lot of things. It says a lot. I'm not gonna talk about everything, but it gets a little wicked. And you guys just accept it. And I'm accepting to the fact that jokes are jokes. But in that one segment, when we're talking about real life, realistic situations, to be uneducated, it's okay. But to feel as if your people do no wrong, all right, gang. Now that's where we draw the line. And with the shits and giggles thing, this is one part of it that a lot of people didn't see from the apology and the reaction to the apology.
This happened one time, you're like,
Pause. You know what's mad funny about this? Is that they had shit that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out?
Your racist slander. Why is your nose twitching?
They had shit. Their producer or whatever was like, hey, we really think that's inappropriate. We'd like to take that out. That's very uncomfortable. Their fight and flight instinct really kicked in after the power down. But with that joke about the black women,
Nothing really seemed. The fight or flight wasn't really there.
Your delivery was too good. I think.
Maybe they were seduced by a delivery.
Yeah.
I like them. I feel bad they're going through this, but you don't got to protect anybody. That's what I would say.
I
to
like
y'all
them too.
personally, to y'all publicly, you don't got to protect. Your people are equal. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's listen to the end of the poll.
Now, one thing I will say is having a racial conversation with people who are having a conversation about culture with people who are not understanding of their rights and wrongs of their own culture is always a hard conversation, because talking to a black dude who swears to God that black people don't do no wrong, I mean, that white people still holding us back. Yeah, there's a lot of systematic justice that started way beforehand. But we're in the 2024 era, these young kids are running around with guns. You get me? And who taught them that? It couldn't have been the white guy, because white people don't even like hanging out with us. You see what I'm saying? And like with white people, y'all can't forget that slavery happened. We try to give so much justice to the Jews, but the Jews took over people's areas. We have the Indian people, they sometimes stink and they're money hungry and they're kind of dirty. Everybody has something wrong with, and they believe in a lady with 8 legs. Yeah, they believe in a lady with 8 legs. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got something wrong with them. Chinese folks, there's a million of them, but not enough of them to feed them. So it's like, they can't drive. It's a lot, Each race has their own problems. You know what I'm saying? Each culture has their own problems. But to not see that your culture has problems by saying certain stuff is, And then with the shits and giggles thing. Yeah, if you felt that uncomfortable doing it, you should have never let it air. That's just me. Or you should have said something in the moment. Those are things that I would do. As a man, I stand on my 10 toes. If I feel uncomfortable, yeah, we can laugh it off while we on, but I'm going to definitely say something afterwards. Or, I might not want to ruin the connection or, or mess up what you have going on, because I'm a professional person. I'd rather get the professionalism, the business done. We could hate each other and be in the same room and get business done, because I'm getting paid for this. Or I'm here for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So I will do this show, but afterwards, we will have a conversation. There's certain moments in this that I felt were a little, and that's how you have to do it. You can't just say, oh, in the moment, fight or flight, swing on them. I understand professionalism. Professionalism is how you're supposed to handle yourself. But you don't allow people to make you feel like shit. I will always say that. Never allow a man to let you feel like shit. It might just be me and how I grew up, but I was always told, if you feel anyway, you make that nigga feel something too. And not like that. But if you feel some way, you tell him, you let him know, you get this conclusion done. You don't allow it to just linger on in your mind, and now you feeling some type of way months later, weeks later, and now there's an animosity between y'all. No, this can be nipped in the bud today. We don't have to fight. We don't have to none of that. But I could easily tell you how I felt played in this situation, and you could tell me how you didn't mean to do it, or you do gonna stand on business. And if you standing on business and I'm standing on it, it's the same. We might clash, or we might not mess with each other. It just depends on how heated the conversation goes. If I feel as if there was no ground broke after I told you I felt some way, then I don't have to slap you. I can walk away, never fuck with you again. Tell the world how you racist and ruin your whole podcast. Or I could walk away and never do anything, like just, all right, never fuck with you again, just leave it alone. Or I could punch you in your nose if your ass get to tripping too much. You get to yelling, that's when I slap people. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Y'all just tell me how y'all feel at the bottom. Is Andrew Schultz a racist? Or is he just, is he just telling jokes? Because Bernie told jokes. Cat Williams, we love Cat Williams. I liked Andrew Schultz. But he does do that a lot. But he does it to everybody. So it's not just a pick-on thing, or is it a pick-on thing? I don't know. Y'all leave y'all comments at the bottom.